Fan Showdown, Season 5, Episode 9. We're going to go ahead and just jump the gun, getting right into our first fan, which gains inspiration from the legendary Lamborghini Huracan. Now, legendary is a bit of a stretch for a car that came out in 2014, but either way, what we're more concerned with are its wheels. This is the Huracan Hurricane, whose design was based on the factory wheels of the Lambo. This fan was designed by Torker, who wanted his fan to look good while also being functional. So what Torker did was slightly sweep the spokes of the rims forward while giving them an aggressive AOA, which hopefully produces some decent airflow. All in all, the design does look good. It pays homage pretty well to the original design of the rims, and hopefully the modifications made will make it function pretty good. Now next up we have the Devil, which was created by Tom and Andy, or Andy and Tom. I think it's Andy and Tom. And that's right, this is the first two-man team we've ever had on the channel.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Andy said his friend Tom came to town the other day and they went, a little nuts, trying to design and refine a real big hitter for the Fan Showdown. Andy said that him and Tom tested over 30 designs, and he sent a photo of his work desk, which essentially just shows printed fans everywhere. So he put in the hours. Him and Tom did. The fan is named Devil because Andy says the devil's in the details, and he says after testing all those fan designs and trying to refine this shape, he thinks that this fan's gonna tick a lot of those boxes that make a solid PC cooling fan. Now next up we have the HSP created by Wesley. Now, whereas the Devil had a whole bunch of R&D placed into it, not so much for the HSP. Wesley said that this fan design has been kicking around in the back of his head for a while and decided, let's just throw it down on paper and see how it works out. The fan blades themselves are pretty thick. Now, maybe that will help the fan, but from what we've seen in the past, thick blades, they don't have a good track record. But let's see. Now this last one is a little bit of an out-of-the-box idea, which I'm a huge fan of. This is the A12X25 blower, and it was created by Brony. Got it. Now Brony says he runs the custom products and modification department over at Mod My Mods. Brony says one of the most common things he's asked to do on cases is CNC mill cutouts into PC, case panels. If this wasn't glass, think right here maybe. Now the biggest problem with these cases, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Think about vertical GPU mounts where they put your fans really close, to the front panel. It just kind of suffocates your fans. That's the biggest problem, and something he tries to combat over there. But after all this time of cutting out, air pass-throughs and cases, he decided, why don't we just modify the fan? Wouldn't that be easier? So what Brony's done is he's using that little bit of space that's between the fan, the face of the fan, and the front panel, and he's turned the A12X25 into a blower. He wants to pull the air in from the back and vent it up out of the way rather than into the case, and he's not really shooting to outperform every fan we've tested on this series of Fan Showdown. What he really would like to do is create a modification for the A12X25 that outperforms the A12X25 when placed up against a panel. But we'll throw it on the wind tunnel and see if we get any airflow at all. But what we really want to do is pay attention in the smoke test to see how this thing functions, and if you guys notice any modifications or tweaks that might help it out, make sure to post them in the comments. We'll try to refine this idea because I think it's a good solid plan to combat a problem that we've all probably faced. But before that, let's have a listen to these here fans. The Huracan came in around 59.2 dBA. The Devil came in around 52. The A12X25 blower came in around 71. And the HSP came in around 53.1. Well, the first thing that we're going to need to solve is the sound. Whatever it is about this specific design gives this fan a very distinct air raid siren type noise.
Incoming, headed for the John Paul Jones.
Which is cool, but you definitely wouldn't want to listen to it for extended periods of time. So step one, refine the design to minimize that sound profile. But I guess before we get too carried away, let's see if we're moving any air. The A12X25 blower did actually show up in the wind tunnel testing with just a flicker at 234 feet per minute of airflow. The HSP came in at 371, the Huracan came in around 260, and the Devil came in at 526. Placing the Devil in first place, the HSP in second, the Huracan in third, and the A12X25 blower in fourth, and overall they finished second, 22nd, 35th, and 38th. Now, I think we can all agree the Devil did pretty darn good, given how well the Dragon Wing did in that previous episode. I mean, that thing, the Dragon Wing was incredible, and this thing is just barely fell behind that Fan. Now, I did notice while putting on these scores on the board that the Dragon Wing was also created by Tom. Is that the same Tom? Either way, thank you all for watching. If you're interested in getting in on the action, head down to the description below to find resources to models that you can use as guides. There's a drawing package you need to look at to make sure you hit all the critical dimensions to fit your Fan in the A12X25 frame. And then I need you to send me a .se or basically a step model or a .stl model to the Fan Showdown at gmail.com, and then you can get in on the action and try to create something as good as the Devil or as out of the box as the A12X25 blower. We'll see you next time.